This is how you can make a cactus fruit candle using a real cactus fruit. These are the materials you'll need. I got this silicone rubber mold making kit from Amazon. You can find the link in the description. You'll need a measuring cup and a stirring stick, either wooden or silicone. You'll need a hot glue gun and a couple of hot glue gun sticks. And then you'll need some cardboard. This will be used to make the container for the mold. The first thing you'll want to do is glue down the cactus fruit onto a piece of cardboard that'll be your base for the container. You want to make sure that the fruit is glued down well. Otherwise, once you start pouring the silicone material into the container, the cactus fruit will start to float and it'll be a huge mess. So here I'm just making sure I'm putting enough of the glue on the bottom of the cactus fruit to make sure that it supports the weight and it doesn't come up when I pour the silicone. Once you're ready to place it on the cardboard, make sure to hold it in place so it doesn't roll over, and also make sure that it's at the right angle that you want it. While that is cooling down, you can start to cut the perimeter of your container. And so here I'm just using the box that the silicone mold mix came in. You'll then want to make a bunch of folds on this piece that you just cut off. It'll make it easier to wrap around the cactus fruit. You can then wrap the piece around the cactus fruit to measure and cut off any excess material from the cardboard. Once you've cut the cardboard into the desired size, you can then hot glue the edges together to create a cylinder. In this part, you want to make sure that you use enough glue to completely seal the cardboard together. Remember that silicone will go through any cracks or crevices, so I use an excess amount of glue in this part. I usually like to glue it once, wait for it to cool, and then glue it again, making sure that I have absolutely no open spaces. After the edges are sealed and cooled, you can start putting glue around the bottom of the cylinder. I like to first do 1 or 2 passes along the bottom, and then I'll place it down onto the cardboard over the cactus fruit. While that's still cooling down, I like to go around with the hot glue gun, again making sure that you have no cracks or crevices. For this part, I do a couple of passes with the hot glue gun as well. And while that is cooling down, you can then start mixing your silicone. This silicone material is super easy to work with. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so just 1 part A and 1 part B. If you're not sure how much silicone you'll need for your mold, I would say start off with a small amount and then work your way up. The nice thing about this silicone is that the curing time is a little bit longer, so it gives you some wiggle room. I usually just eyeball the amount of material I'm going to use. After mixing the material thoroughly for a couple of minutes, you're ready to pour. I like to pour in layers to make sure that I have a complete seal in my container. Also, if you pour slowly, it makes it easier for the bubbles to release and you won't end up with a bunch in your mold. After a few hours, you're ready to demold. With a little force, you're able to peel the cardboard away. To make it easier to demold, you can cut slits down two opposing sides of the mold. Only cut about halfway down, otherwise the mold might split in half. Now you can add your wick using a wicking needle. First, make a hole where you would like the wick to appear at the top of the candle. And then you can thread the wick through the bottom. Add a couple of rubber bands to hold the mold together. Now you can pour your wax inside the mold and wait for it to cool. Once the wax is cool, you can remove the rubber bands and demold the candle. Cut the wick at the bottom of the candle flush with the candle, and cut the wick at the top of the candle about 1/4 inch in size. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comment section. Subscribe for more candle making videos.